Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As many of you know, we are 2 weeks away from Halloween this year, and I'm going to get everybody before they get me. So I just got home from the dollar store and I picked up all the necessary essentials in the event of a zombie apocalypse, because you can never be too prepared. I picked up food, water, medical supplies, and toilet paper, because every year on Halloween my house is either victim of being egged or TP'd. So I'm one step ahead of you all this year. I'm going to get you suckers before you get me. So any of you heading towards my house to TP it this year, dressed up in your Halloween costumes, thinking I don't know who you are, I'm going to get you before you get me. I'm one step ahead of you. How many of you have watched Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires? If you haven't, the entire collection is available for streaming right now off Disney Plus, and I think it's a great movie. If you have not watched it, I think you guys should have a slumber party tonight and watch Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires and share your greatest secrets with your best friend, because some of the most beautiful friendships of all time are friendships between girls that tell each other everything, and they bonded over Zombies and Descendants more than ever before, and that's what makes this all worth it, reviewing it for you guys on this YouTube channel. I love Descendants and Zombies just as much as each and every one of you. Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Jonathan Clarke. If you're watching one of my videos for the very first time ever, and it's your first time here, it's an honor to have you here in my presence to talk about Descendants and Zombies, because I can talk about zombies for hours and keep the conversation going on and on and on. You see, there's a certain pride and a passion that goes with talking about Descendants and Zombies, and if you don't have that pride or passion to put on display for fans of Descendants and Zombies that know you have that passion inside of your heart for Descendants and Zombies, then you should never upload a video about Descendants and Zombies, because you've got to know about zombieing out. And I know a thing or two about zombieing out, because a lot of guys that I've known over the years have zombied out when they don't even know they're zombieing out. And I think more people are a victim of that, falling into that category, with how they don't pay attention to what their girlfriend is texting them or talking about or what you're interested in. I think more people are victims of zombieing out than ever given credit for. So I think that a lot of us could relate to the script of Zombies, how they kept the zombies down in the basement and away from humans, and then eventually they learned to coexist in one world. It's a really big world out there, billions of people in it. The world's getting crazier all the time, but it's really nice that I have the opportunity to talk with you and engage with you on this YouTube channel about our thoughts about Descendants and Zombies, offering up our predictions about the foreseeable future of Zombies 5. I know where we're going with this. 5 years until Zombies 5. Jonathan Clarke, upload as many Zombies videos as you can, so Zombies 5 will happen for us. You've got to do that for us. I'm going as fast as I can. I know how you feel. I know how the critics are making you all feel and what they're subjecting you to. Videos incorporated with AI, 10 to 15 minute long videos of AI, which really don't make a whole lot of sense. I get that. I wish more people would have that pride and that passion that goes with talking about Descendants and Zombies. I know how you feel. 5 years away from Zombies 5. But it gives me time to upload a lot of great videos about Descendants and Zombies for the fans of the franchises who can't stop talking about it, who can't get enough of Zombies and Descendants. I think the Worlds Collide Tour was really adding fuel to the fire. It was an explosion, a beautiful, beautiful concert presentation that many of you fell in love with and got to experience. And for those of you who were shut out of the Worlds Collide Tour, couldn't get a ticket, don't worry, because Leg 2 is going to be happening in the latter part of 2026. I'm really excited about it. It's going to be heading overseas in Germany, the UK, Australia. People are already YouTubing it, so they're really excited about it, and it's not going to happen until late 2026. The ticket prices are expected to start at $200. The revenue and the merchandise are going to be at an all-time high, and I think the ratings and reviews of the Worlds Collide Tour Leg 2 are something to be excited about, because I'm going to post a lot of great reviews like I did for Leg 1 of the Worlds Collide Tour this past summer, because it was the greatest summer of my life, and it was also the greatest summer of my life because I got to watch Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires with all of you. Thank you so much for all the reviews, all the ratings, all the subscriptions that I got for this YouTube channel. You know, I started this YouTube channel last year. I've been a big fan of Descendants and Zombies for over a decade. I wasn't here from the very beginning, and I want to apologize to everybody that I wasn't here from the very beginning, because I was occasionally uploading Dove Cameron and Descendants videos years ago because I thought they had a lot of promise, a very unpredictable future in store for them, and I was really excited about it. So occasionally on my original YouTube channel archives, I was throwing up videos about Dove Cameron and Sophia Carson, until one fateful evening last summer, after taking somebody's advice encouraging me to upload a bunch of Descendants and Zombies videos and talk about Descendants and Zombies more. What's wrong with you, Jonathan? Talk about Descendants and Zombies more. Everybody showing up at my door dressed up as their favorite Descendants character. Mal, Evie, Red, Chloe. Beautiful costumes, by the way. Love seeing you every year. Hope to see you this year on Halloween. Let's go on with the conversation now. But the thing is, everybody was showing up at my door or either sending me emails. It was all like, you got mail! Talk about Descendants. And people were knocking on my door saying, Jonathan Clarke, what's wrong with you? Talk about Descendants of Zombies on your YouTube channel. It's the new trend. And after taking your advice, I fell in love with Descendants of Zombies, to be honest with each and every one of you. And I've been talking about it ever since. I love the costumes, I love the color scheme, I love the plot, I love how the storyline reveals itself and how the storyline just keeps getting more unpredictable from chapter to chapter. For those of you who are reading the Descendants books, it's a great read. There are a total of like 5-6 books in the series, and I think that if you follow along with the books, there's a greater appreciation for the franchise because there's way more detail in the novels than there are ever in the movies. But the thing is, if you follow along with the book story, the story gets more in depth. Of course, Red falls in love with a guy named Ace, which has yet to happen in the franchise, so it opens up the door for more storylines to be created, and of course the consequences of time travel have yet to be felt. Of course, one of the consequences of time travel will be Red having a sister Pink, who's excited to meet all of us. We're just as excited to meet her and have fun in her presence because I think she's going to offer a lot to the franchise. Oh, but guys, I miss Ruby so much. I cry myself to sleep every single night because Ruby is not a part of the Descendants franchise. I can't lie. I fell in love with Ruby. I fell head over heels in love with Ruby since last year, and how she spread so much kindness and made me feel like I wanted to be a better person. And because of Ruby, I turned my life around. I like to believe that I am a better person. You know, a lot of people are subscribing to me because they think Jonathan Clarke is cool. He knows what's up. Loves Descendants of Zombies just as much as what I do. So I'm going to subscribe to Jonathan Clarke's YouTube channel because you can't subscribe anywhere else. Because I would love for you to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Join me on this incredible journey, which I hope never ends. Guys, seriously, thank you so much for sending me on this incredible journey to really find myself and talk about Descendants of Zombies. Thank you for bringing me back. Thank you for always emailing me and saying, you got mail! Talk about Descendants of Zombies, or knocking on my door every year on Halloween saying, hey, Jonathan Clarke, what's wrong with you, man? You're such a loser. Talk about Descendants of Zombies for us. And I took it under advisement, and yeah, this is where we're at. Almost 3,000 people subscribe to this YouTube channel after 500 Descendants of Zombies videos have been uploaded. Check it out, man. 500 videos about Descendants of Zombies. What other YouTube channel has 500 videos about Descendants of Zombies? This YouTube channel is what's up. This is where the party's at. If you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, get a bowl of popcorn, sit around your laptop or your phone or whatever you're watching me on, probably a tablet or something. You know, talk about Descendants of Zombies because I really do love talking about Descendants of Zombies, man. From the first time I heard Dove Cameron sing that song, If Only, encouraging us that spells could never be broken and that we could fall under a spell and find our true love, wishing the magic would last forever. It really left me wishing that magic spells could never be broken, and if I could put us all under a magic spell, it would be to fall in love with Descendants of Zombies all over again, because, in all honesty, this has been the greatest honor of my life. Not only just to get to talk about Descendants of Zombies with each and every one of you, but to get to meet each and every one of you that's sharing the same passion that I do, even if it's not for Descendants of Zombies, just for Disney, because I know I have a lot of people subscribe to this YouTube channel who are fans of Tangled, Phineas and Ferb, Girl Meets World, and thank you so much, man. Honestly, thank you so much for being here. I know I post a lot of really funny videos on times, thinking that the inevitable could happen. A zombie apocalypse could break out at any given moment. That's why I always have the necessary essentials like food, water, medical supplies. Because, I mean, what are we going to do if a zombie apocalypse ever does happen? We're not going to have time to breathe. We're going to have to get them before they get us. And to be honest with you guys, the only thing I've ever fired is a Nerf gun. So, you know, I'm always ready to go. I always get myself prepared for a zombie apocalypse, and I played all the necessary survival horror video games like Last of Us, Resident Evil. Come to think of it, I was just at EB Games. I just got home from EB Games a few minutes ago, and I saw Resident Evil Remake for PlayStation 5 on sale. So I'll probably pick that up next week to go with my Resident Evil collection, because I got every Resident Evil video game. So I played every Resident Evil video game, all The Last of Us, Days Gone, Dead by Daylight. What's another great horror zombie survival video game? Dying Light. I played them all, man. So I'm ready to go. You know, like a lot of people ask me, you know, Jonathan Clarke, what would you ever do if there was a zombie apocalypse? And I think about it and I say, I don't know, man. Probably stay home, play video games. You know, probably zombies like playing video games too. I really don't know. But that's what I say. You know, probably stay home, play video games, because you're never going to be too sure about how crazy the world's getting. Honestly, you know, I think more people are zombieing out than ever given credit for. By how they never pay attention to what we're talking about or what we're interested in. Because the way of life now is zombies, descendants, or die, man. Ever since we saw Zed and Addison and we named them the most revered power couple in the history of Disney Channel, we've been in love with them ever since. We've wanted to know more about their story, if in fact they were going to get to spend the rest of their lives together. And judging by that final kiss, that finale kiss in Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires on top of the hill, which was beautifully collaborated, they got their wish, which was to spend the rest of their lives with the person they loved. And I think that everybody has that wish to find their true love, that one person that they can trust, tell everything to. That's why I give girls all the credit in the world for being best friends with each other. Because girls tell each other their deepest, darkest secrets. And I think that's something to be very appreciative of. And I think if more guys out there, shout out to every idiot, if we gave girls more of a space and respected their privacy more, probably relationships would work out for the better. I think that the friendships that we saw in Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires were really fabulous. It was really fabulously collaborated. The color schemes, the costumes, the music fit perfectly with the script. Because oftentimes when the script is too emotional, they go to songs to really convey a message. And I think Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires did that very effectively with the powerful music. They said the music, this is what gets me about Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires score. They said the music presented a Camp Rock, Hannah Montana kind of vibe. And I go back and I listen to the Camp Rock, Hannah Montana music from a decade ago. And I'm thinking to myself, you got to be kidding me, right? Because I didn't really get a message from Hannah Montana's music, only that, friends can be friends for forever and true love exists. But never an emphatic message I got from Hannah Montana or Camp Rock. I think the music was just written for Camp Rock just for the sake of a score for the movie. I could never really get into Camp Rock or Hannah Montana as much as what I've fallen deeply in love with Descendants and Zombies, because I've really fallen deeply head over heels in love with Descendants and Zombies. I will forever miss Ruby Rose Turner being a part of the franchise. So too will I forever miss Dove Cameron and Sophia Carson, because I'm just like each and every one of you, hoping that Mal is going to reprise her role for an upcoming Descendants movie, even in the form of a cameo. Mal and Evie, of course, Sophia Carson was beautiful. She was one of everybody's favorite Descendants characters who was never given enough credit for what she offered to the franchise, her first major breakout role. I'm going to miss those guys so much because I think everybody can't seem to get enough or stop talking about the original cast. What's amazing about the original Descendants trilogy is it's been 10 years since Descendants premiered, and everybody can't get enough of the original cast. They're still talking about Dove Cameron, Sophia Carson, Cameron Boyce, God rest his soul. Beautiful, beautiful people. But I think that with the times changing, we too as fans of the franchise have to change with the times, and I think we've done a fabulous job doing that, coming to terms with the fact that we have to accept Kylie Cantrell, Ruby Rose Turner, and fall in love with them more than ever before. And I think millions of people have come to terms with accepting that with the times, we too as fans have to change with the times. And, honestly, when I look at the new franchise and the new cast that represents it, I think that more people have deeply fallen in love and felt more passionate about this new cast than they ever did the originals. Of course, you have your die-hard fans of Descendants that aren't ever going to go away, aren't ever going to allow us to forget about the original cast, Dove Cameron and Sophia Carson, and I get that. But as much as I respect that, I think that more people are falling in love with the original the new cast more than they ever have the originals, because I think that Kylie Cantrell and Ruby Rose Turner and Malia Baker undeniably have expressed a huge energy for this franchise and believe in this franchise enough to really give it life. Because the Red character was a character we didn't really know a whole lot about. She was teased in the animated Royal Wedding special in 2021 in fall of that year. And I remember all the ratings and reviews it got because of how it was teasing for Descendants 4 The Rise of Red. We didn't know what the title was going to be until it was unveiled, but we did know by the hint that was dropped at the end of the Royal Wedding that there were going to be some involvement with Alice in Wonderland characters and Cinderella characters, and because I was the biggest Alice in Wonderland fan, man, was I ever a sucker. I had the biggest crush on Alice, because Alice was just so unpredictable and so curious. And sometimes Alice's curiosity indeed got the better of her, because she ended up chasing a white rabbit down a rabbit hole, which I don't think that many of us should ever take ourselves up in the opportunity to do, because if we fall down a rabbit hole, it could be quite dangerous. You got to leave it to the professionals. I've always put it out there to Disney that I would love to drive a side-by-side through a rabbit hole, and that's been closed for years, probably crashed the thing. I would love to drive a side-by-side with Kylie Cantrell sitting beside me, man. I think it would be the most fun that I've ever had in my entire life. Descendants look so fun to shoot and to collaborate. That's the thing. I would love to drive a side-by-side at top speed. If Disney executives looked at me and said, Jonathan Clarke, you got to drive this thing through a rabbit hole that's been closed for years, but the trick is we're going to keep that rabbit hole closed for years, and you got to drive that side-by-side like you've never driven it before, like a crazed maniac through a rabbit hole. man, you better believe that I would take myself up on the opportunity to do that, because I think that it looks so fun to shoot and collaborate. You know, shooting scenes in the nighttime for Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires look like a whole lot of fun. And I will forever advocate to get in as the writer, producer, and director of Descendants and Zombies, because I think I could really give it life and showcase it with such prestige. Because I really believe that there are fans out there that know everything there is to know about Descendants and Zombies. So because they know everything there is to know about Descendants and Zombies, you guys deserve all the respect in the world. Mad respect, mad props to each and every one of you for loving Descendants and Zombies. Freya Sky, Kyla Cantrell, Ruby Rose Turner. I love to call her Rube because she's undeniably a passion that I love talking about, because of just how every opportunity has come Ruby's way. She's made the most of every opportunity. Man, am I ever going to miss Ruby moving forward in the Descendants franchise. As difficult it is for me to move on, I know I'm going to have to. But Ruby, I just want to put it out there, man. You're always welcome to be a part of the Descendants franchise. More especially if Jonathan Clarke gets in as writer-producer of Descendants and Zombies, he will bring Ruby back, because I will make Ruby happy by offering her what she wants. I will pay her what she wants. I will give her all the snacks at the snack table that she wants, and we'll cater to Ruby's every single need to make her happy so that she'll be a part of the Descendants franchise and all of our lives for forever. And Jonathan Clarke got it all planned out. He knows exactly what he's going to do and what you guys want for the Descendants franchise. So not only do you have a host to a dedicated Descendants and Zombies podcast, but you also have a dedicated director and producer who wants to get in all this action. So you guys got to subscribe to Jonathan Clarke on YouTube, because if you subscribe to Jonathan Clarke on YouTube, then these videos will be recommended to Disney's official YouTube channel. Disney will realize Jonathan Clarke knows what's up and realize they got to get Jonathan Clarke in as the director and writer of Descendants and Zombies, and fire Kimmy Gatewood and Jennifer Fang and Kenny Ortega. And Jonathan Clarke will sit in the director's chair saying, "Cut! Action! Cut! Cut! Action! Cut!" And he will make the greatest Descendants movie of all time that everybody will love. It will be the best Descendants movie of all time. We'll have characters from Hercules, we'll have characters from Mulan, we'll have characters from The Little Mermaid, Frozen, Halloween Town. We'll get them all, man. The son or daughter of Jack Skellington, and the son or daughter of Hercules, characters with greater appreciation who could offer a lot to the Descendants franchise. Tell the story of Aladdin and Jasmine, two of my all-time favorite characters. Love Aladdin and Jasmine to death, man. Where you guys have been all my life, I really don't know. Haven't seen you guys since at least 1997. And Aladdin and the King of Thieves. We need to bring you guys back, because the only thing we've seen since Aladdin and Jasmine's farewell in that trilogy years ago was an awful portrayal by Naomi Scott and others. I really believe there is so much, and don't get me started on Will Smith as a genie in that live act. Oh my God. The thing is, I hope you guys are laughing about this video, because in all honesty, the live action Aladdin really let me down. It came out on my birthday in 2019, then I saw this awful portrayal of Will Smith as a genie. I said, you've got to be freaking kidding me, man. You guys got to get Jonathan Clarke in as the writer-producer of Descendants and Zombies, because he can offer a lot to this franchise and bring it to life with such prestige, unlike anyone has ever been able to do before, especially after how Will Smith's portrayal of the genie broke my heart. Oh, man. 10,000 years can really give you a crick in the neck. Robin Williams wasn't joking in 1992. After what Will Smith offered up for the genie, man, we got to do something. Guys, I hope you really love this video about Descendants and Zombies. You guys know I have the biggest crush in the world on Ruby. You know that I love Descendants and Zombies with all my heart. And forever and always I have believed that you guys have deserved way better in the way of reviews of Descendants and Zombies. And I'm hoping this video really did put a smile on your face. So if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, you're probably going to want to do that, because as we all know, I live 5 minutes away from a soda plantation and a chemical plant that could explode at any given moment, and I really don't want to have to go through that. Nor do I have to want to work at a noodle shop 5 minutes away from my house called Chinatown, or Five Nights at Freddy's, which I've actually applied for because I'm not a full-time YouTube creator. But I would love to be a full-time YouTube creator, and if you guys would subscribe to this YouTube channel, I could be a full-time YouTube creator and stay home for the rest of my life and make Descendants and Zombies videos for you guys. Because you guys deserve the best Descendants and Zombies videos that anyone could possibly ever upload to YouTube. But I can't do that for you unless you subscribe and give me like 50,000 subscribers, 50,000 likes, and then I can stay home and talk about Kyla Cantrell and Ruby and who else? Malia and Dove and Sophia for the rest of my life. That would be really cool, man. I really do love talking about Descendants and Zombies, and I have a greater passion and a greater appreciation for Descendants and Zombies and Zed and Addison, Milo Manheim, and Meg Donnelly. Meg Donnelly is beautiful too, man. She has a bright future ahead for her, and I'm excited to talk about it on this YouTube channel. Yeah, Man, you will not find videos as cool as this anywhere else on YouTube. I can promise you that. While I can't speak for every other YouTube creator out there, you will not find videos as cool as this or that have as great of appreciation for Descendants of Zombies as what I do, because I really do see the passion that exists in your heart and how much you believe in Descendants of Zombies, and it's the greatest honor of my life to talk about Descendants of Zombies every night after sunset, because, of course, throughout the day I have to prepare myself for a zombie apocalypse and go to the dollar store and pick up food, water, medical supplies, and TP. So, yeah, while I'm doing that, you guys can subscribe to this YouTube channel, and we can talk about Descendants of Zombies starting again tomorrow morning between 8:35 and 9:05 a.m., because one can never be too prepared with how many people are zombieing out in the world every given day. More people are zombieing out than ever given credit for, but at least we have each other, and we have something in common. We are fans of Descendants of Zombies, and it has given me the honor not only to talk about Descendants of Zombies, but meet each and every one of you guys. Seriously, thank you so much, man. I love you guys so much from the bottom of my heart for having made this YouTube channel such a huge success. Stay calm and zombie on, everybody, because we've got a lot to say where Descendants of Zombies goes into the foreseeable future, and I couldn't be more honored to be in your guys' presence to talk all things Descendants of Zombies for the fans who matter, the fans who have made Descendants of Zombies a profound success, forever and always holding a special place that has been reserved in our hearts for Descendants of Zombies. Thank you so much, guys. Stay calm and zombie on, because life really is sweeter when all of us are. We will talk again tomorrow morning. Bye, YouTube. So long for now.